Welcome to Leadership Legacy Radio, where we inspire you to live your dreams, encourage you to take massive action, and be your authentic and genuine self. We focus on 3 pillars. That's empowering youth, equipping leaders, and enriching marriages so that you can go out and dominate your space.
If you're ready to dominate, you're listening to the right show. This is the Leadership Legacy Radio. Now let's go.
Hey, what's going on, party people? How are we doing? Let's see. Live? Let us know where you're checking in from. As always, we like to know where you're checking in from. Today, this live is brought to you by Leadership Legacy. We want to make sure that you guys, check out our Facebook page, Leadership Legacy. Right now we're in the process of, potentially combining the pages because we want to make sure that we're reaching it. The maximum participants, make sure everybody understands that Leadership Legacy is, is threefold, youth empowerment, marriage enrichment, and leadership inspiration. And we want to kind of make sure that our audience gets the right focus, the right attention that it deserves. No matter how big we get, we want to make sure that you guys understand that you are important to us. You are the reason why we do what we do. And we wanted to come out here live and make sure that you were aware of that. As we continue to make changes and improve things, just like our lives, we want to make sure that we get better every day in everything that we do. So today, we wanted to talk to you guys about a few things. So go ahead and let us know. Last week, or actually earlier this week, we talked about, 4 points that you needed to know. And today we wanted to talk about, is your vision blurry? It's 4 parts. So if you look at the description of the live, it has the 4 questions that we asked last week. So let me just check to make sure Facebook is letting you guys know that we are live. Perfect. And so what you want you guys to know is that, last time we had talked about, is my dream really my dream? We also talked about, are you inspired by your dream? Are you passionate? Are you, fueled by your dream?
Is your dream pulling you, or are you pushing?
Is your dream pulling you, or is it pushing you? Which was the last part, about leading to fulfillment, right? And then, am I willing to pay the price for my dream? And so today, what we wanted to talk to you about is your vision blurry, right? One of the things that's funny to me is that, oftentimes we have people that, may not see clearly. And the reason for it is because they need glasses. They need clarity. And so for me, one of the things that I like to do, being in the eye career field, is I like to understand, why is it that people tend to, be against wearing corrective lenses or getting refractive surgery, laser eye exam. And so as we talk about having that clarity, having that, not having blurry vision, I wanted to know why you may, resist having glasses.
Well, I can definitely relate to resisting having glasses. I think I was in the 5th grade. I was in the 5th grade when I got a prescription for eyeglasses, and I remember my first pair of eyeglasses. They were these sky blue eyeglasses that looked a lot like that, but a little bit thicker. They had a little bit like the clear, blue to it, and it was just, they were not cute, and I resisted a whole lot to wearing those glasses. I got a prescription when I was in the 5th grade, and I didn't regularly start wearing glasses until I was, I want to say 18, and I was in the military, active duty military, basic training.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So before you talk about going into basic training, what stopped you from wearing those glasses? What prevented you from wearing glasses? Like, why were you resistant?
I didn't think that they were cool, to be honest.
Okay.
I didn't want people to know that I couldn't see.
Okay.
So those are just some of my reasons.
Okay.
Why I didn't. I mean, a young girl, teenage girl, like we couldn't afford no cool, nice looking glasses. So I wasn't excited about wearing glasses that didn't look cool.
Okay. So what you're telling me is that, for you, wearing glasses wasn't cool.
Right.
One, you couldn't see. You needed clarity to see. You needed to have focus. You need to have things in perspective. But it was more important for you to fit in than it was for you to have clarity.
At the time.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It was more important for you to be cool than to see.
Yes.
It was more important for you to be, liked or maybe welcomed than to be able to know where you were going at all times and be able to distinguish, different things.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, carry on. So you're talking about military.
I mean, now since you put it that way, I'm feeling a little bit convicted about feeling that way. But again, I was in the 5th grade when I got my first prescription. But let's say hi to Andre.
Hey, Andre. Thank you for checking in.
Thank you for checking in, guys.
Appreciate
So we're talking about is your vision blurry? We're talking about vision today, and we're going to get to that. But Chris just wanted to use this example with these cool glasses, that he has on
Desi.
today. Yep. So, hey, Desi. And so, my question, since we're talking about vision and is your vision clear? Is your vision blurry? What can you see your vision? Do you know your vision? Do you have a vision? Do you remember growing up and thinking about something big that you wanted to do at the time, being a young person, this being so far-fetched, this being something that, okay, I don't know what this really means. I don't know all this entails because I'm a kid, but for some reason I see myself flying an airplane. I see myself on a big stage, singing to thousands of people, speaking to thousands of people, running this business. I see myself in this fancy office and I don't know exactly what it is, but I have this big dream. I have this big vision to do this audacious thing, and I just see myself doing it.
Wait. And then somebody comes along and says, you can't do that.
Okay.
Who do you think you are?
Right. Never mind. Forget I said all of that.
You don't have the money to do that.
Yeah. I don't.
You can't afford that.
I don't.
And that's why recently we had shared it's important who you share your dreams with.
Yep, exactly. So, you seeing yourself doing these things, having a vision, being clear about your vision is what we want to talk to you about today. Some people, have a vision. They see themselves doing something, but that vision isn't clear. So we want to talk about getting clarity about your vision. So if you haven't had that vision, if you don't see yourself doing certain things, that's the first step, getting your vision. But the next step, if you have a vision, is to get clarity about that vision. So how do you get clarity?
And so for me, you have to make sure that you your vision aligns with your purpose. It's something that fulfills you. It's something that excites you. It's something that drives you. We talked about this in our last post when we talked about the 4 points. It has to be something that pulls you and something that's not pushing you, right? Oftentimes what tends to happen is other people will tell you all of these limitations because of their uncomfort level with your audacious goals. Mm-hmm. I remember listening to a video, and my sister had shared it with me again, and I had shared with her. I have listened to this video over 100 times, and it was Steve Harvey talking about this amazing dream that he had. So what ended up happening is he was in a classroom and everybody was supposed to do a show and tell and tell the teacher what they wanted to be when they grow up. So everybody was coming up and everybody was providing, their dream, their vision of what they wanted to be. Mm-hmm. Just like Sharita just shared, I wanted to be singing on stage. I wanted to do these things. I wanted to fly an airplane. All these things that you can and will do if you surround yourself with the right people. And so what ended up happening is Steve Harvey had listened to all these kids, and one of the kids, he wasn't the best kid in the class. Mm-hmm. And he had shared that he wanted to be a doctor. So Steve Harvey was like, well, if he could be a doctor, I can, say what I want to do. So Steve Harvey went up and, at the time he shared that he had a stuttering problem. But he felt like if he shared his dream that, he would be supported. So he said what he wanted. He turned in his paperwork and he had wrote down that he wanted to be on TV. And so what ended up happening is the teacher called him up and she basically said, now tell the class. So he felt like he was being recognized for having an amazing dream and for being cool. And, so he was excited. He's like, oh, I'm about to get a gold star. I'm about to do this thing. I'm about to impress the teacher. And nobody else got a gold star, but I'm going to get one. Mm-hmm. And so he goes up and he tells everybody that he wants to be on TV. And the teacher said, why would you say that? I'm going to tell your parents that you're trying to make a mockery of my class. And that's what we tend to do. I had shared recently that for me, it's very discouraging for you to tell somebody what they can and can't do if you don't know their ability, you don't know their potential. You would never tell a child in your right mind that they can't be the president. Nobody gets up and says, I want to be second best. Nobody gets up and says, I want to be vice president. That's a great goal, but kids don't get up and say that.
I want to be mediocre.
I want to be average. I want to be mediocre. Kids don't get up and say, oh, I want to be shotgun on the astronaut race. Like, what? Mm-hmm. Who says that? People don't say, I want to get up and I want to be a bagger. Hey, I'm not knocking baggers. I was a phenomenal bagger. Yes. Love baggers. We all got to start somewhere. But when you tell somebody what they can and can't do based on your limitations or your blurry vision, you tend to put people in a box. And that's not what we're about, right? We want to make sure that people understand that you have to have clarity in your vision. You have to have dreams, because when you have clarity and you have purpose, that clarity in your vision affirms your purpose. It coincides with where you're going, with the direction that you want to go. Mm-hmm. Michael Hyatt once said, he said, if you have a clear vision, you will eventually attract the right strategy. If you don't have a clear vision, no strategy can save you. Mind blown. So if you don't have strategy, if you don't have clarity, mm-hmm. no strategy can help you. So, we talk about scriptures a lot. We talk about the things because, every powerful lesson that you can get is found in the book. And the book says, write a vision and make it plain. So what we would like for you guys to do is do this, just that, have a vision, have clarity in what it is that you want to do. Mm-hmm. We have to do that.
Mm-hmm. And don't worry about how you're going to get there. Just think about where you want to be. And the rest will take care of itself. Don't limit yourself to your resources. Don't limit yourself to what other people may believe, their beliefs. Just think about what it is that you have in your heart to do and go after that. And the strategy and how it's going to get done, the resources and everything else is going to come. Think about where you want to be. Start with the end in mind. Yeah, and that really leads to the next point.
The next point,
which is pathway and strategy, talking about the specifics about the strategy, the specifics about the pathway. So,
one of the things that I like to share with people is you need to make sure that you don't ask yourself, do I have the resources? You need to make sure that you understand that you are fully resourced. You have been given a unique talent to adapt, overcome, adjust, refire with any obstacle you're presented. You have been given a unique ability to conquer. If you look back over time, the people that have gone through the most severe adversity, the biggest challenges, are the ones that have the biggest testimony, the biggest come through. And that's what we want you guys to do is understand that you are fully resourced right now in the specific moment in time that we are in right now. Mm-hmm. Today is July 6th. You have been given permission to go out and dominate your space, you need to know that you are fully resourced, equipped to go out and do what it is that you have been called to do. We are so excited because, let me go back here in the comments. So Lucy said, I'm going to put this on the screen. Only your paradigm, says that, right? So it's what has been put in your mind. What have you been thought and what has been said to you? What has been spoken over your life? And you know what you need to do with that, right? We need to get rid of that. We need to throw that away, put that little comment, let me put it right here, in the box and say, you stay over here on the shelf because you got nothing to do over my life. Right? We got to make sure that you start with the end in mind. Figure out what it is that you want to do. Call your shot and then make a plan.
Exactly. I really like that, because when you think about strategy, the best thing that you can do is just do something every single day. Absolutely. That's going to help you reach that goal. Don't say, once a month I'm going to work on it, because you're going to lose the excitement. You're going to lose the motivation, the energy to do something if you only do it once a month. But if you learn something and you take action on it, massive action on it right away, then you're going to have better results. You cannot get stuck and worried about the resources. You can't get stuck in worrying about what other people say, what other people think. I shared a scripture the other day from Proverbs 16:1, and it talked about the plans come from the heart of man. So we make our own plans, how it's going to get done, that answer and how it's going to get accomplished comes from above. So we have to be mindful of that. Success finds its way to people that are prepared, to people that are ready to handle it. So if you are preparing yourself, if you are equipping yourself for that, then you're going to be successful. We talk about luck as well, only being opportunity and preparation meeting together. So you'll be lucky, people will think that it's luck, but it's because success is going to find its way to you because you are prepared. You're ready for it. Everybody want to be successful, but nobody's putting in the work for that opportunity when it comes there. We all feel like, and I felt like this for a long time, like, okay, if it's meant to be, because I'm such a laid back person, if it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. If it's going to happen, then it's going to happen. I know that I'm not going to have to go out and push myself on people and different things like that. And there's a difference between doing that and actually putting in the work for what you want to do, making yourself prepared and knowledgeable for what you want to do. So if I have a goal and if I have a dream, I have to make sure that I'm knowledgeable about that. I have to make sure that I'm prepared for when that opportunity presents itself. I'm not going to get prepared once the opportunity comes along. Okay, let me go ahead and get prepared for this next rank in the military. Nope, when I make that next rank, I'm going to already be ready for it.
Oftentimes, that's a great point. Oftentimes what tends to happen is that we think that, okay, in order for me to be a leader, I need to wait till I have a position. In order for me to be a leader, I can't read that book until I have the job. Guess what? If you wait until you have that job, you cannot lead those people. If you wait until you have a position, you will not know what to do with it. So start now, start where you are at and lead with just dynamic power, with authenticity and with care. Listen, we talked about clarity. We were talking about strategy. So what is your strategy? I'm going to tell you what a failed strategy looks like. And I'm going to show it to you because I want to make sure that we're super, super clear on this. Your strategy has to be so clear and so defined that when people hear it, they're like, okay, I need to make sure that I do that next time. So here is what you're going to do. Hey, Lori. Hey, Eric. So when somebody says something like, hey, what are you trying to accomplish today? And you say, I want to lose weight. You need to be more specific. You need to say, I will lose 30 pounds by August 19th. I will lose 30 pounds by 30 August 19th. 2019, right? You want to be very specific to the amount of details that you have. I want to get out of debt. That's very broad. Be more specific. I will pay off all my credit cards by 31 December 2019. Get specific, get clear in what you're trying to accomplish. because you write this stuff down and your mind, we share this on one of our early lives. When you write stuff down, the universe conspires to make it happen. Because your body and your mind mentally start to go to work on what you're writing down. If you want to dream, talk about it. If you want to achieve, write it down. If you want to attain, give it a date. All right? I can't repeat that. So go back and watch the replay. But that was good. I would write that down. All right? That was real good.
Yeah.
All right. So next, I should get in shape. Instead of saying I should get in shape, I will work out at least 1 hour every day. I need to improve. I will read one marriage or leadership book a month. Now listen, I underlined some of these things for you guys to understand. Be in general talks about what can be, what could be, what should be, what needs to be. When you get specific, you talk about what will be. You tell everybody, you put everybody on notice. I will accomplish. These are my goals. So what we want you guys to understand is that there is so much power in the words you speak, the things you write down, and the things you put out in the atmosphere. So go out, get clarity, get super clear in your vision. I am going to be a motivational speaker, and I'm going to speak on this person's stage in 2019. I am going to make and take care of all my bills by the end of this year. On 31 July, I'm going to be completely out of debt by paying all of my credit cards. There's certain debt that you may not take care of, like your mortgage and maybe even a car. But even if you write that down, I'm going to be completely out of debt by 31 December 2019. I guarantee you, you will find the resource. You will get the people around you to help you accomplish those goals, which kind of leads to the next point, but hold tight before we go there.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. You know I had something.
Yeah. You always dynamic. I'm just waiting on you.
No, it makes me think about applying this aspect of strategy to every part of your life, to any part of your life. So if you say I want to have a successful marriage, or just like Chris is using, weight or debt or anything else, because we started talking about dreams and about vision. You can visualize yourself being a certain weight, living a certain lifestyle,
Absolutely.
having a certain relationship. You can see yourself doing all those things, and then you apply these same steps to those areas of your life as well. And it just going back to making sure that you're doing something every day to get there. If you want to have a successful relationship, if you want to get out of debt, you have to be doing something every single day to get you there. If you try to do it or look at it just once in a while, it is not going to succeed. And I say that with all sincerity, because that's the kind of mindset that I have had about a lot of areas of my life. I've been like, okay, this is what I want to do, and just thinking that it's just going to happen just because. If I'm not intentionally working on it, I'm going to still get the same results that I have been getting for all these many years of my life if I don't intentionally do something about it and work at it every single day. Even if it's just an hour, if you work on something for 1 hour every single day, in 5 years, you're going to be a master at it. So no matter what, like you can be a master in finances without even having the intention on doing that. You could be a master in fitness and help somebody else in fitness without even having the intentions on being a master in that area, simply because you were working on it for yourself.
And I almost want to say, let's take a brief intermission, because I'm so fired up right now. I don't want to yell. I don't want to get too excited. But listen, listen, we're passionate about this because we're speaking to ourselves as we're speaking to you guys, because we know that these are some of the struggles that we've had. These are the things that have held us back from taking massive action. And if you need somebody to hold you accountable, you know what to do. Let's connect. If you need somebody to help you make progress, to take action today, you know what to do. We don't even have to talk about it, because the biggest and the realest difference between a dreamer and wishful thinking is the actions you take every single day.
Yep.
So get rid of the wishful thinking, start taking action, and make that dream come a reality. Do something every day to get you closer to your dream.
Yeah.
Reverse engineer that dream. Matter of fact, let's call it what it is. So Lucy asked me, what stage am I going to be on? So this August, I'm going to be on the John Maxwell stage, speaking and sharing my story. And we're probably both going to be doing it, because that's what we've been called to do. All right. We want to inspire leaders to take action, to make a difference and connect with their audience. We want to make sure that couples understand that there is a better way, that you can do this. You can make it work, but you got to want to.
Absolutely.
And we want to make sure that youth understand that they are the way. They are the future. And we're going to empower them to feel that they can make a difference, that they need to know that they are more than enough. That if they want to change the world, they need to start by just changing themselves, by making that one move to do what they need to do to make a difference.
Absolutely. Okay. So we talked about, vision. That's what
Yep.
we're talking about, having a vision. And within having a vision, you have to have clarity and you have to have a strategy. Mm-hmm. So the last point that we're going to make tonight is talking about the people. So a few days ago, when we were talking about vision and dreams, we talked about not sharing your dreams with everybody, because that's, talking about people. It's important to know that, it's important to know that your dream is not intended for you to share with everybody. There's going to be people out there that not only don't support your dream and where you want to be and where you want to go, but there's going to be people out there that are actually going to be specifically hoping and wishing that you do not succeed. They're going to be rooting for you not to succeed. So with that small group of people, because it's always a small
minority.
group of people, a small minority of people. And once you go ahead and blow past them and keep moving, you're going to have to incorporate a group of people that's called your dream team. So your dream team are going to be people in your life that they inspire you. Mm-hmm. These people you may look at and you may see, man, I love what they're doing. Let me connect with them. Let me see what motivates them. These are going to be people that are also going to be honest with you. Not the people that are going to be dream killers that are going to tell you, oh, you can't do that. Oh, that's impossible. Or it's too late. You're too old for that. Man, the first time somebody tell me that I'm too old to do something, our conversation is going to end. You're not too old. It's not too late for you to do anything. Yesterday we said a quote and it talked about you can't change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. So the moment I decide in my heart and in my mind that I want to accomplish something, I can do it. And it comes from having that vision and having the strategies, doing something every single day in order to accomplish that goal. No matter what it is, there is absolutely nothing that can stop you other than the fact that it may not be what you're called to do. So that's when we talked about vision and clarity. Your vision goes along with your purpose. It has to be something that is purpose for you to do. What else with people? That dream team. They're people that inspire you.
Yep.
They're people that are honest with you. And they're also people that have the skills that complement yours. So even though we're working together, there's things that Christian is good at that I'm not good at. There's things that I'm good at that Christian isn't good at. So our skills will complement each other. These are going to be people that you need to bring alongside you that are better than you are in certain areas, that can help you to get to your goal, to reach your dream. And you in turn, will do the same thing for them.
Absolutely. And so one of the things that we want to make sure that is super, super clear is that, you can go as far as you want to go by believing in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. One of my favorite quotes from John Maxwell is that he says, you can be successful if no one believes in you, but you can't be successful if you don't believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. So you have to believe in your ability to do the impossible, to do the things that you've set your goals to. So this is a quick illustration. You're in the middle And there's people around you that are ready to make a difference in your life. That's fine. You can, yep. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to help you. And the way that they're trying to help you is by letting you know, hey, I'm really good at marketing. Do you need any help? I can help you get all your travel plans. What about video editing? What about writing? What about social media? Because guess what? I may be good at speaking. I may be good at, business planning or whatever. But I know that there's people out there that are way better at me than I am at social media. Making sure that my message is getting out to the right people. There's people that are out there that are better at marketing than I am. There's people that are out there that are better at graphics design. Matter of fact, if you haven't connected with Desi, you might want to go ahead and jump on that right now. She has an amazing program for you guys. And one of the things that we want you guys to do, here is we're going to give you one call to action now and one call to action at the end. The first one is drop your skills below and tell us what you do well, because we want to get the right people connected with everybody, right? Our goal is to make sure that we inspire people to just take massive action and make a difference in the lives of themselves and the lives of others. And it takes clarity, it takes having the right strategy, and it takes having the right people around you. So we want to continue to surround ourselves with the right people.
And I really like that, this board that Christian put up there with these different skills and these different areas. So, you may have somebody that specifically has a business in marketing and they want their business to be successful. They want customers. So if I say, I need somebody in marketing, guess what? I'm a customer and I can refer people that I know to them. And in turn, they're not only helping my business, but I'm helping their business as well. Somebody that's good with travel. We have Lucy in here. She does Airbnb. You know what I mean? So if people are traveling all different places around the world, we know somebody that we can connect them with.
And she's a super host.
Yeah, she's a super host. So we can, in turn, refer people to her. And in turn, her business is going to be just as successful as she wants it to be. She wants customers. She needs people to connect with her and people to refer, because the best marketing is word of mouth. So this is so important, because we got people that are good in all these different areas, and when we help each other out, then in turn we're better together. And it's a dream team. I mean, it's a massive dream team at that point. Massive.
And if you like we said before, if you're not connected with us, whether it's on Leadership Legacy, Marriage Cookbook, we're going to be trying to combine those two, because we want to make sure that our impact is just directly touching everybody. We don't want to have segregation. When we originally started, we wanted to make sure that people understood that Leadership Legacy was more than just leadership. It's about empowering, youth and enriching marriages. But we felt like people would be confused if we were to say, talk about marriage on the leadership page, or if we talked about youth development on the leadership page. So just making sure that people understand that. We also have an accountability group. If you're interested in that, just drop it in the comments. Let us know. In that group, we've been talking about a lot of different things to make sure that, you guys understand that we're here to make a difference. And the difference begins with having that clarity, understanding that you have a specific gift that the world needs to know about. You have an amazing gift, and that's what we want to make sure that we understand. So in that dream team, the one critical component that we just wanted to make sure that you guys understand is, as you're continuing to, whether it's become a better leader, build your business, is don't get stuck in the how. Identify the appropriate who. The who is what we just identified. Find out who is already doing this to help you make amazing progress in your business. And I'm holding my hands like this because this is critical. Like, you got to get this point. A lot of people will get stuck in the how. For a long time, I wanted to do everything myself. I wanted to learn to create a logo. I wanted to know how to do Facebook ads. I wanted to do all of these things. And guess what? Nothing happened. Because the learning curve for me, is so big. There's people out here that do this in their sleep. You can call me and you can ask me about a lot of things and I can help you. But there's certain people. All right. This is what I'm talking about. The learning curve. This is me trying to figure out Facebook ads. This is you consistently doing Facebook ads. Why would I spend 3 months trying to figure out Facebook ads when you can do it for me in less than amount of time? Paralysis of analysis. That's what I'm talking about. Right there, Eric. You got to stop doing that. Excellent comment. Mm-hmm. Don't get stuck in the how. Perfect, Desi. We put these comments up there so people can see it. Do not get stuck in the how. It's critical. Your success. Listen. Okay. As we bring this thing for a landing, so often people think that I don't want to spend money on X. And a friend of mine illustrated this perfectly. I'm not going to spend $100 investing in my business, but I'm going to go buy a pair of shoes. I'm not going to spend $300 on this conference, but I'm going to go buy a Gucci belt or a Gucci purse or a Louis Vuitton purse. I'm not going to spend $1,000 going to a conference, but I'm willing to go on a shopping spree. Which one is adding value to you? Which one is building you? Which one is helping you get closer to your goals?
Exactly. And if you think about it, if you attend that conference, if you build yourself, get better yourself, build your dream, how many Gucci purses, Gucci belts, and shopping sprees can you go on after you've gotten your goals and after you've achieved the things that you want to achieve? Sometimes we want that immediate gratification. We had a conversation with our oldest son not too long ago. He wanted something and we gave him a strategy. Gave him a strategy on how you can get 10 of these if you make, if you make this work, if you make what we're asking you to work. And he was stuck. He was like, I want it by July 15th. I'm not thinking about how it's going to benefit me in 5 years, how many I can get, how much more I can have 5 years from now if I put in the work now and I put on hold that immediate gratification. So we have to be powerful. We have to be mindful of that. And like Christian said, as we bring this to a close, right?
I have one more thing.
Okay. Well, you go ahead.
Okay. So Sharita hit on it before. So and what she's talking about is, to think about this. There was a study that was done with kids, and basically what they had done is they had told these kids that if you were to take, one marshmallow now, you would be good. And then what they said is, but if you are to wait, we will give you 2 marshmallows. And I think it was something else, like I think graham crackers. And what the study showed is that later on, I think it was like 10 years or 20 years later, the kids that had agreed for self gratification, so that instant win, that one marshmallow, weren't as successful. And I think it was 90% of the kids that waited for the delayed gratification were super successful because they delayed what they thought was good for what was greater. You got to wait. You got to be able to apply these things to your life. Mm-hmm. It's so critical that you understand the importance of that, because that's just like you calling me out to fix a job. You're not paying me for the amount of time that I spent on the job. You're not paying me for... like I've heard people say, I went to the doctor and I spent less than 15 minutes and I got a bill for over $3,000. You're not paying the doctor for the time you spent. You're paying him for his expertise, for his years of knowledge. So when I come out to a job and you ask me to help you with a task and it takes me 15 minutes to fix a problem that you've had for several weeks, it's critical that you realize, like, you are paying me to know where to hit the nail to get the job done.
Absolutely.
You're not paying me for my time. You're paying me for my expertise.
Yes.
So make sure that when people tell you that they're going to help you, when people are helping you, that you validate them by adding value back to them, right? I'm going to help you, and I'm going to do everything that I can to help you just continue to get better. But you got to make sure that you understand that you can't pay bills with likes. You can't pay bills with, social media presence. You can't pay bills with any of that. So know your worth. Go out, make a difference, and dominate your space. I'm sorry.
I like that. I like what you said, because if you think about it, if I'm looking at somebody doing something for me that may take them 15 minutes, it would have taken me 15 days to figure out all of the hows and all of the things that's necessary and needed in order to accomplish that task. When I can call somebody and value what they did, just because it took them 15 minutes does not mean I need to undervalue what they did, because I'm paying for their expertise. I'm paying for their knowledge. I really like that, Chris. That was a good analogy.
Absolutely. And for me it's super important. And Sharita talked about it just a few seconds ago. We're growing through this. We're learning from our kids. We're learning from every experience that we have. And I Lucy said that I shared her, I helped her with something today, and I didn't share that because I wanted that I wanted to make sure that people understand, like, sometimes we get so caught up in like the cost of something. Every time we go to the store now, and my daughter asks me for something, it's so funny because I feel like I have programmed her to ask me if it's too expensive. And I'm like, sweetheart, stop asking that. Because it's expensive relative to what? I want an ice pop and it costs $2. That's expensive relative to what? We have to change our mindset. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, you're not willing to invest in your business, you're not willing to invest in others, you're not willing to pay for something that's going to fast track your progress, listen, you're gonna be doing this for a really long time. And one of the things that I always like to ask people when I ask for help is, how much is this going to cost me so that I know how to budget for it? I want your help. Help me help you. I don't mind if you want to take care of me, but I want to take care of you, because I know that the more I invest in your business, the more you'll invest in mine. And the way that we do that is by taking care of each other. And just like Sharita said, it doesn't have to be, hey, you pay me, because if I take care of you and I do my absolute best to make sure that you're successful, you know what you're going to do? You're going to turn around and you're going to tell all your friends how amazing of a job, Cris and Sharita did. They are amazing at doing X, Y, and Z. But if I try to, shortchange you, if I try to charge you, if I try to do all of these things that don't add value to you, guess what you're going to do? You're going to want to stop working with me. Right? And I want to make sure that we always have a great relationship, right? Because we are better together. I need your gifts, and I would hope that you realize that, you will probably need ours, and we can come and speak to any event that you want. We are ready to take on that challenge, because we are walking in our purpose. We want to make sure that you guys understand it. So as we bring this in for a landing, did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
No, we're going to put a link in the comments. We're doing a event next Saturday. It's going to be a Dream Mastermind. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
So the Dream Mastermind is just that. What we are going to do is we're going to unlock for you guys your dreams. It's going to be a 4-hour workshop, and we have these phenomenal tools that we're going to use to help you unlock and break down any wall that you have faced. One of my favorite songs, I don't really know how the words go, but he says, I will kick down any walls coming after you. We will kick down any walls and any disbeliefs that you have. So if you have a limiting belief right now, I promise you, it's going to be well worth your investment. This is going to be an inner circle price. It's going to be exclusive for the people that are in this group, and for anybody that you share it with, they'll get that exclusive price. We're limiting it to 20 people because we want to make sure that those 20 people take massive action and get huge success. So be on the lookout. We're going to be putting it in here and post it in the comments, right? And we'll probably share it. Another thing, if you didn't check out our interview with Desi yesterday, she did a phenomenal job.
She did.
She's the next Oprah. Yep, I'm telling you, man. Love. She's the yes, that's the song right there, Reckless Love. Oh my goodness, kick down the doors. So we're gonna make sure that we empower you guys. And trust me, the first exercise.
That's really good.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, after you do the first exercise, if you don't think that you've gotten your investment, I promise you, we will give you your money back. The first exercise, life changing. The second exercise will have you crying. So my promise to you is you join and we will unlock your dreams. We will make sure that you reach your full potential and you start taking massive action. We look forward to seeing you guys. We love that you guys take the time to spend time with us on our lives. Yep, we hope that it adds value to you. Let us know if you need anything. We'll be sure to follow up in the comments.
Thank you. Good night. Take care.
Have a wonderful evening. Let's see if we can make this work tonight. Let's see. We're going to put on our little overlay. It's a little Leadership Legacy logo. And good night, y'all.